Hey everybody, welcome back. My name's Dave, this is ScotsToys, and this is the channel where we cover Lego investing, our Bricklink store, and just general resale. So today we're going to cover a couple different things. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and cover is a new set that I purchased that's actually not for Lego investing, but it kind of ties in a little bit, and I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about. We're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to review some of your viewers submitted questions. Going to answer a couple more of those. And lastly, we're going to round things out by reviewing our sales for last week. A little rough this week, spoiler alert. Before we jump right into things though, if you haven't already, would really appreciate it if you go ahead and click on that like button below. If you could subscribe to the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. And in addition, if there's anything that you're curious about related to our channel, our hobby, what it is that we're doing, would love it if you can go ahead and leave it in the comment section below, and I will do my best to feature that in an upcoming episode. So thank you so much. Really appreciate all of your support. So this week, I picked up a set that's actually not for the investment. It's for my own personal collection. However, I thought it'd be kind of a good set that we could have a little bit of a conversation about. So to start things off, I picked up the new Lego Friends 2 apartment set, I think is the name of it. It's the one that has Monica and Chandler's apartment, or Joey and Chandler's and Monica and Rachel's. It depends on what episode you're talking about from the show. There wasn't really any major deals going on with it, which is typically not when I want to purchase a set, especially for investment. This set is a little different because it's for my personal collection. I love Friends. My wife loves Friends. We've probably watched the TV show 2 or 3 different times in its entirety. So this one's actually not going in the investment log. This one's going over into my personal set collection. But I thought that it would be a real good point to be able to talk a little bit with you about. So for Lego investment, I would not recommend purchasing brand new sets. When a set first comes out, it's going to be available for a while. And even if it does sell out, chances are it's going to come back in stock. So you got to figure most sets have at least a 12 to 24 month run. Some of them, there's a couple exceptions that'll have something shorter, but most of them 12 to 24 months is a pretty standard time frame for them to be generally available. And so if you buy it at release day, that means that you're going to take that money and you're going to stick it over here and you're going to sit it on a shelf longer than really what you want to, right? Why would I want to take $150 in this case and set it up here on my shelf and let it sit for 12 months? Let's pretend like this set is going to have a 12-month run, and I know that we can't predict exactly how long every set's going to be available, but let's say it's going to be 12 months. And if I buy it on day one, I'm going to stick it up here, and it's going to sit for 12 months before it even has a chance to increase in value. But at a minimum, if you were to wait, let's say 11 months and say, okay, look, this set came out in May of 2021. If we wait until May or April of 2022, there's going to be a greater chance that it's not going to sit on the shelf as long, right? You've taken your money and possibly used it on some other items or in some other avenues, while someone else who bought this set from day one put it on a shelf and their $150 is just sitting over here. You've been hopefully taking and putting yours to some good use on some sets that have already retired or right at the tail end, and you've been able to take that $150, maybe turned it into $250, $300, let's say, and then you're going to buy 2 of these and put them on the shelf, in essence, for the same initial capital, because you're making your money work for you a little bit better. Now, I do want to talk about one thing that has been a reoccurring theme here recently that puts a slight modification on this, and that is the quick flip game. Recently, supply has been really short, which means that when the sets post, they sell out in a heartbeat. And after they've sold out, there's still a lot of people interested in it because there's a lot of marketing around it. And so they want it. They look around. They can't get it at the $150 price point. So there may be a lot of people that are looking to spend $250, maybe even $300 right after it sells out because they don't have the patience to wait for it. And so There are some people that deal in that quick flip. A lot of times it's kind of referred to as scalping, I guess, which I get. This particular set here is not something that I bought to sell because I don't really play in that quick flip game. I think that there's a slight bit more risk involved, and that risk isn't necessarily that you're going to lose out on your money, but you're going to lose out on making the quick turn. And if you do, that set's going to be sitting on the shelf for about another 11 months. I don't think it's right to do the whole return game. So if you're going to take the risk, take the risk. Don't look at it as a risk-free opportunity. Now, all that being said, right, I'm not really into the quick flip game. However, I do have this set. I bought it for my own personal collection. I'm not going to be oblivious to what's going on out there, however. And if let's say, for instance, this set does sell out this month, and somebody is really looking for this set, and they're looking and they're looking, and they reach out and say, man, I just really wish I could get my hands on that set. I want to pay $250 or $300 because I want it now. Well, I'm a pretty patient person. I would happily sell my set. I'm not looking to quick flip it, but I'm also not going to ignore the right opportunity that comes my way to make a little extra money for myself, as well as provide somebody else that experience that they're willing to pay for. I've got the patience, so I know that when I let this set go, I've got a high level of confidence that 6 months, 10 months down the road, I'll be able to purchase another one, and then I'll add it to my collection, and I'll be happy with it. In all fairness, most of my collection is sealed sets at this point, because the time that I spend in the Lego hobby is around Lego investing. It's around my Bricklink store. It's around making YouTube content so that I can have this dialogue with all of you. I do have intentions that someday I'll build it, which will be fun, but it might not be till retirement. Who knows? That's a little bit of my thoughts. Hopefully you found a little bit of value out of that. Just know my recommendation to you would be, when a set first releases, don't go crazy and buy all of them if you're buying them for investment, because they're just going to end up taking longer to mature. Wait for the products that are selling out. Wait for the products that are at the end of their life. Those are the ones that you're better off picking up, because they're going to sit on your shelf for less time before you can turn them into a profit. This question comes to us from YouTube user Christoph Harmond, who asks, how do you manage the packaging of smaller sets like Micro Fighters or Speed Champions? They are so fragile. Christoph, I completely agree. Those sets are very easily damaged during shipment. And I've got two answers to your question. The first of which, if I'm doing a direct sale to a customer who's ordered a single item, what I do is I take the set and I wrap it in bubble wrap. I usually get 1 or 2 layers on there at least. And then I take it and I ship it in a 7x5x5 mailing box. And I start off and I put a piece of void fill on the bottom of it. Then I lay the set in, I put another piece of void fill on the top. That way it has a little bit of room to move around in the box without getting damaged. So the second way that I ship the smaller sets is when I do a shipment to Amazon FBA. And so when I do that, it's referred to as a multi-SKU shipment, because I take and I ship multiple different types of sets all at once. And in this case, what I'll do is I'll take a longer, larger box, and I'll put each of the sets side by side. I put a piece of void fill on each end so that during shipment, if they move around, they're not going to be heavily damaged. So thank you, Christoph, for your question. I really appreciate it. So it's time to talk a little bit about our sales for last week, and they're pretty abysmal. I think I kind of highlighted that a little bit earlier, but it's really bad. This week we've only sold 4 sets across all 3 platforms. So Facebook's been nothing. Honestly, I think from the Lego investment side, I'm going to drop that off the spreadsheet altogether, because I don't see myself posting stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe a couple used sets will show up, but for right now, I'm not really using that. My main focus is eBay and Amazon. eBay's for anything that's slightly damaged, a little bit used, open box, those kind of things. And then the Amazon is what I'm using for all my new stuff. We sold 4 sets this week. They are all the Party Banana Juice Bar, little minifigure in the box. Sold these in the past before. Still the same sales price, $12.98 a piece. They cost me, I had an item cost on each of them of about $2. We had a referral fee on these of $1.95. And the FBA fee is $3.31. So for each of these that I sold, I score a total net profit of $5.72. So across all 4 sets this week, total sales, $51.92. We had a total cost of $8, total fees of $21.04. That gave us a net profit of $22.88. Our fees this week are drastically higher. Total fees of 40.5% because they're all these small sets. And it's got that $3.31 FBA fee, which just eats into the profit quite a bit. But I am getting a higher premium overall than some of the other marketplaces that I'm working on. That's the sales this week. I really need to prioritize getting some other sets in there. The next couple weeks are also going to be slow, and this is something that you've got to consider, is that when you see your inventory start to deplete, don't wait till it's gone, because it's going to take a couple weeks when you ship items to Amazon before it's actually readily available within their system for purchase. And that's what I got to do now. So I'm predicting the next couple weeks are also going to be really light weeks, but we'll see. I do have some inventory. It's just not nearly moving as fast. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate you stopping in and checking us out. Again, click on that like button below, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate you spending this time with us. Thank you everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.